Hello friends, welcome. So, another video, another project, and today I want to make the covers of a new journal, a junk journal, and I am going to be using a die, which I had for ages in my stash and I've never used it. Okay, yeah, I know, it's horrible, right? So it's this die from Sizzix. I don't know if you can see it very clear. It's the full-size journal, number 665589, and the size is perfect. And this is what you get when you are cutting it out, right? And it comes with a few loose pieces as well. And I thought, you know what, let's make a project with it. Why not? And so I die cut the covers from some hard cardboard. You could also use, excuse me, you could also use things like, how does it called? Chipboard. That is also a good option. And I thought, you know what, I am going to cover up the covers with this paper. This is 120 GSM regular drawing paper. I don't know how the paint will react on it, so let's get started. I am going to be using I don't know if you can see it very clearly, a small gel plate as a palette. Because, well, why not? And I'm going to use a brayer to put the paper on, put the acrylic paint onto the paper. So, let's get started. This is Amsterdam acrylics. I love Amsterdam acrylic paper for paint for gel printing. This is turquoise green. And when you use your brayer, the best way is to keep it and to put the paint on your paper on a not on a diagonal, but on a horizontal and a vertical way. I think that's the most then, yeah, I think that looks the best. If you do diagonal as well, like across, like so, then it becomes more of a hot mess. Okay. I don't have a lot of old paper stuff. So I will use whatever I have, like envelopes. I will use my stamps and my stencils. I will use basically lots of stuff. And if you would like to join this project, by all means, do so. So this is quinacridone rose, also an Amsterdam paint. Right. Let's see. I also have some neon, reflex rose. Yes, reflex rose. Let's see how this will work. Because I love pink. I am liking that. I think that I will add a little bit more. Don't have a lot on this side. Next is some yellow, and after this color I will do some stamping and stenciling to make everything a little bit more interesting. Yeah, a little bit more. It's so bright, and that is what I absolutely love about these neon paints. It makes it really pop, and I will add some black to it as well, because the black will make it pop even more. Okay, now we have this, and I do feel that it needs a little bit more pink in the left corner. I'm sorry that I can't get it into the camera for 100%. That's better. Yeah, I am liking this. All right. Lots of color, a little bit grungy, texture. And the next thing what I want to do is let this dry and add some black stenciling to it. Yeah? So I'm going to give it a blast with the heating tool, and then I will be right back. Alright, so this part is going to be the stenciling part. Let's see if I have a foam which I can use. Let's use this one. I am going to be using some white acrylic paint, also from Amsterdam, and I am going to use my brayer to pick up the paint. Yep, that is good. And I've noticed that I don't need the gel plate for the paint. I'm just going to put it on the table. Don't do as I do, just do as I say. Okay. Now the thing is that I want to doodle this with some paint markers. so that the cover will be more interesting to look at. That's number 1. And I know that Dina Wakely also has these kind of stencils in her latest release. You don't need to have the exact same thing as what I am using. Just do what makes you happy. At this point, because spring is coming, I really feel like using bright colors because they make me happy. All right. You could also do this with a paste. Just an idea. You know, just with some crackle paste or texture paste. That's also an option. Or if you prefer to do this in a black color, then you do that. Just do whatever you fancy. Can you guys see it? Now you can. As you might have noticed, this is not a A4 size paper, but A3 of 120 GSM. And I've bought it at a local craft store, the Pipo's, which is a Dutch store. No idea if they still sell it because this is quite old paper. And I had it for so long in my stash. And I thought, you know what? I better use it. Let's see how this will work out. And so far, so good. All right. I want one here. And I want one there, and then we are done. All right, and one more here. That's the final one. And like I said, I am going to outline them with a black pen. And maybe I will go over it with a pencil, with some color pencils. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. I think this is quite enough, don't you guys think? I think so. Okay, I like it so far. So I'm going to give it a blast with the heating tool again, and then I will be right back. Alright, now we have this, but I still want to add some black. And I'm going to be using this little thing, no clue what it is, or where I got it from. It was just somewhere in the house. I think it had some tape or some kind of, I don't know. Oh, those glue dots. It came from the glue dots. And now I am just using it to make sure for this kind of projects. I just thought, you know what? This could be handy. Okay. And I like it when it's not crystal clear or very crisp, the image. I love it when it's just a little bit textured. And just doing this gives the paper so much more character, you know, contrast, which I love. And I think that this is quite enough. Yeah, that's enough. So I'm just going to wipe it, or I will have paint everywhere. You know, just look in your stash, and your packaging can also be a great way to save some plastic, acetate. Just look at your stuff with a different kind of eye, and don't throw everything away. Of course, you have to throw something away, but things like this are very handy to have. I think I'm going to leave it as is, because if I do too much, then I'm afraid that I will ruin it. And I think that this is quite enough. Alright, so. And what I also like, because it's a very light, lightly stamped with a little bit of paint. The paint will dry quickly as well. For the next step, I am going to glue them on my cardboard. But before I do that, I'm going to give the blast with the heating tool just to be sure, so I will be right back. Alright, next is the gluing part. And I'm taking the good side, like so. And I'm just going to glue this down. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Alright. So, going to put a little bit in the middle, like so. I absolutely love how this looks. Love, love, love it. Alright, no smearing. No, nothing. Okay. Don't know where that black came from, but it's okay. Okay, now I'm going to use my memory keeping bookmaking tool. And I'm going to be using my pencil or my pen. I'm going to be using a pen this time. Okay, that's number 1. That's number 2. Three and oh, 3 and 4. Now I'm going to snip off these corners. All right. And now it's time to fold these parts the right way. Let's see how this looks. I am loving this. Look at it. Okay, so gorgeous. Absolutely, absolutely love it. Do think it can be trimmed off just a little bit more. I haven't used this little tool before, so I didn't want to take any chances. I do think that it can be a little bit trimmed off there. So here also a little bit. Not too much. Okay. Let's see. That's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm going to glue the sides first. Okay, I'm going to start with one side. And be sure to press it all the way down and that you press it really good to the cardboard. Okay, and what I like about this glue is that it dries very fast, and that is exactly what you need with these kind of things. All right. I don't care how the inner side looks because you will cover this up with some black cardstock. and this side, the long side. Okay, so perfect. Perfect. And this will go like this. I do think that I am going to cut a little bit off. That was my heating tool. And I will glue that here because, like I said before, I am going to be covering that part up with some black cardstock, which is heavier than the cardstock that I've used for this part. Wait. That's better. Perfect, right? And then when the black cardstock goes over it, then you won't see this. And then the black makes it even more, gives it more contrast. And then it will really, really pop. And this makes me so happy. And I could also put this one here. Maybe, I haven't decided yet, and put the word journal here, or art journal, junk journal, I don't know. Or just my name. You know, that is also an option. And now I'm going to do the other side. So what I'm going to be doing now is that I'm going to take the die. And as you can see, this part, the spine, is right here. And I want to cut that from black cardstock. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to cut out the spine 2 times. And I will also cut out the closure 2 times in black cardstock. And when I've done that, I will be back. So I see you in a minute. Alright, so I've done the covers. Alright, this is how they look. And I decided to keep them like this. And maybe later I will decorate it with some focal point and with some dangles or whatever. But for the moment I'm going to keep it as is. The only thing that I do want to do is decide which is going to be the front and the back. And that I am going to cover it up. And that I'm going to cover the spine up with some black cardstock. Because I really like how that looks on the spine, and it makes it a little bit more sturdy as well. And the die, I've cut 2 pieces of cardstock with it, and I've trimmed off a little bit from the long side, and I've cut off the spine thingy. And you can decide how you want inner covers to look, right? You can do it far away from the corners, like so. But I'm going to keep it a little bit more like this. This is what this look is what I like. So I'm going to be doing it like so. And this side, it's the same way. Alright, because both of the pieces are equal in size. So that will be the inside. Let's do that first, okay? Let's do that first. Don't throw these away. And I'm going to put the glue here. Oh, I'm also going to be putting a little bit of glue on the cardstock. Just be sure that you don't put it over the score lines of the die. Perfect. Okay. Perfect, right? I'm loving it. Okay, so that is part 1. Part 2. And a little bit of glue here, because that will give me some more wiggle room. All right. Perfect. This is so much fun and so super easy to do. I could also put some pockets in here. I could, yeah, you know, sky is the limit. Okay, so for the spine, this is going to be the back. This is the spine, right? I've painted it black with some acrylic paint. This is the same as this, but I've cut it in 3 pieces. Because of the score lines here, I thought it would be easier to put the cardstock down like so. Because if I've tried to do it like this, but then it's too short. Because of the scoring lines, the paper needs more, it needs to be a little bit bigger, but since I do this with a die, I can't make it any bigger. So I do it at another way. I'm just going to be doing it like so, and I'm going to put these on its place, that when the book, when you see the spine, you don't see the ugly bits of the spine, the brown card. You won't see it anymore. So this is the way I'm going to be doing it. And there will be a lot of decorating here as well, you know, like charms, like fabric, elastic. So you barely won't, you will barely even see it, the ugly part. So. I want this junk journal. I want to use this to put in yeah, cute stuff, drawings, drawings from the kids, and other cute stuff. You know. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun journal. This one goes right here and the other one goes there. And then this is done. I know this doesn't look very pretty, but I'm not worried about it. I just want the ugly brown part to be gone. And like I said before, we will cover it up with pieces of fabric, charms, and all the other good stuff. So yeah, it will be all good. I think that this is the best way to do it. You can still see brown picking through from the chipboard, but that's okay. It is what it is. And it's just the spine, you know? The last piece. Like so. Okay, line up the holes again. Like so. And I'm just going to let it dry. Okay. Let's put a little bit of glue there. that's better. Way better. Okay, so this is the journal. All right, so I am going to make the, I'm going to let it sit for a while so that the glue can do his job. So I'm going to be working on the inserts, and the inserts I will do off camera. And if you want to know how I am going to decorate it, don't forget to subscribe to my Facebook group as well, because I do a lot of live streams over there where you can find lots of fun creative stuff as well. At my coffee shop you can find all my digital printables. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you liked this video and that it inspired you to make your own little journal. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and stay safe everybody, and happy crafting. Bye bye!